Jason Hayes, full-time reseller here, going live, showing you exactly what I'm selling and connecting with you. Posh TLC, LaShawn in the live. Let's go. Friday morning, Friday, July 28th. Got a bunch of people jumping in already. Hope you all are having a great start to your Friday. I even forgot my light here. It's Friday. It's the start of the weekend. We're almost there. Today is July 28th. Today is my wife and I's 11-year anniversary. Jory, what's going on? Got some items over there I'm going to be shipping out. I've got eBay and Poshmark today. 2 platforms going out. Got viewers on both TikTok and YouTube. How's everyone doing? Linda, thank you so much. Thank you for the happy anniversary wishes. Appreciate that. 11 years ago, made one of the best decisions of my life. Got the big love coming in. I love the big love. I picked that one quite a bit because I love that gift. I don't know, something about it. I just love it. David, thank you for the big love. I appreciate that. So I got a couple of things going out that are different shipping wise than I usually ship. One of these items, guys, I think you're going to be surprised by how much it went for. I paid $2 and it went for $35 plus shipping. I think you're going to be shocked when you find out what it is. Switch Hit Style says, do anything special. By the way, Switch Hit Style, thanks for popping in. Enjoy seeing you in here. This weekend, weekends typically aren't busy for us with baby, but this is one of the busier weekends. So we're going to push celebrating to next weekend. Usually we go out, get a nice steak dinner. Sometimes we'll travel, but it looks different this year. 1, because we have a 6-month-old, and 2, we've got a friend coming in tonight to stay with us from out of town. He was actually the best man in our wedding. He's coming to stay tonight with his 2 kiddos. And then tomorrow night, we've got another friend that's coming back into town from out of town. She's doing a cookout with a bunch of people. So we're going over to that too. So it's going to be a busy weekend, but it's going to be a good one. We love being around our friends, love being around people. Got a great question from Alexander on YouTube and some questions and comments on TikTok. Alexander says, hi from California. I had a question. Sorry, I clicked on it, went away. Had a question. What more sells on eBay and what month sells more? So what brands sell on eBay and what month sells the best, I guess, is how I'm interpreting that question. Alexander, thank you so much for that question. Appreciate that. Months that sell the best typically are going to be Q4, October, November, December. Months that start with J, January, June, July, those are going to be your slower months. February is pretty bad too. But yeah, I would say March, April, May is a good streak. If you're looking at the retail cycle, March is when people have kind of gotten over the spending all the holiday Christmas gifts. They've paid off their credit card bills. They've kind of gotten back into a normal rhythm. Obviously, it starts to warm up. People get more excited. The sun, the flowers, all that stuff. So March, April, May are great months. October, November, December are great months. Brands that sell, I sell clothing. I sell higher end. I do sell some average mainstream clothing. I strive for higher end brands that I sell. It's hard. There's so many brands, but right now I'll give you kind of the brands that I'm looking for. Johnny O, Patagonia, of course, your North Face and cool jeans or cool pants. Trying to think of what else. Those are a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Of course, they're higher end brands like Arc'teryx, Filson. Those two are very hard to find and sell pretty quickly when you find them. But I'm also looking for vintage pieces like trying to think. I've got like a vintage Woolrich chamois shirt, new with tags. It's got a really cool pattern. So that'll give you kind of an idea of what I'm selling. But a lot of my videos, it's hard to kind of like come up with my brands on the spot. But a lot of times when I'm showing you items that I'm shipping, you'll see brands. You'll kind of get an idea for what it sells for. And then as well, I've got a ton of videos that show brands. Like last night's video was an item I paid $5 for, brand new, and sold it for $50 within 2 weeks. I won't tell you that brand. You got to go watch the video on TikTok if you want to see it. Switch Hit Style says, thanks. I have a Whatnot show tonight before I head to Denver tomorrow morning. So go, those of you watching right now, we've got a ton of people in TikTok. We've got a few on YouTube. But if you're in TikTok, go to Switch Hit Styles profile, go find the Whatnot link and follow. Give a follow on the first Whatnot show before they head to Denver tomorrow morning. What are you doing in Denver, by the way? Not sure if you know, but I used to live there and love Denver. Love it, love it. Have you ever sold Nike promo sample shoes? Nothing fancy, just some Nike free 5.0s. I have not. I don't sell. I don't have really good shoes here, so I don't get a lot of good shoes. I did get a lot of good shoes when I was in Denver. So that Denver was really good for shoes, but here I just don't find great ones. They're usually pretty worn, soles are pretty roughed up, and so I'll get maybe when I go to four, 5, or 6 thrift stores, I'll get maybe 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. That's about it. Tropical Flipper, thank you so much. I'm stumbling on my words today. Is it Friday? Going to Six Flags and the bends. What bends are good to try? The only ones that I can think of, the ones that I've been to, I've been the one off of like Platt Park or Platt Park Road or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been there. That one was good, but I haven't been in years. I mean, it's probably been 5 years. And there's another one I've been to. I think it's off of either Washington, like in the Inglewood, Lakewood area, Inglewood, Aurora, somewhere in there. But again, I haven't been to these stores in years. I have no idea what they're like now. Just had a buyer reach out on a shirt that I've had for a while, a Ping polo shirt on Facebook, asking if I would take 15. I got it for, I think, 20. Yeah, I would take that on Facebook. It's been sitting for a while. $15, I'll take it. I'm going to actually go over there now and see if I can generate a sale. I don't know if they're local or if that will be a person I ship to. So I got 2 items that I'm shipping out today that are not clothing. They're different. Like I said, you'll be surprised at one of them that I sold for $35 that I paid $2 for. LA Florist. Do I have a separate account for Facebook Marketplace? I do. So I've got a business account. I've got a personal account. So this is kind of weird and probably backwards, but the business account is where the personal account is where I list my marketplace stuff. That's how I started years ago before I had the business account. And I've just kept it because I've got a good rating over there. Business account is more where I'm putting like my reels and my content. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I don't really like having Facebook at all. I need it for business, obviously, but I don't know how much I'll do reels over there as much anymore. Juan, what's going on? Retired and reselling. Happy Friday to you. So I'm going to respond to this person real quick and see if we can get a deal struck on this Ping. Just like a purple polo, no crazy colors or anything, just a solid color shirt. And then we'll get to shipping some of these items. Curtis, thank you for following me. I appreciate that. LA Florist followed as well. Thank you. Of course, on Facebook, I'm very willing to entertain better offers because it's so cheap to sell there 5%. So why not? And right now I've got a promo on all of my Facebook listings running. I think it's this whole month. Yeah, it ends end of July, August 1st, something, or no, it ends at the end of August. 15% off all my items in Facebook. So I had the shirt down. It was 24, 25 down to $20. They said, would you take 15? I said, sure. So we'll see. I'm hoping they're not local. I'd rather just ship it, rather not meet up for a $15 shirt, but we'll see what they say. 110 degrees in Casa Grande. How do you start a business Facebook account? By the way, Nick, thanks for popping in. I had one before and I couldn't list for sale on Marketplace. If you follow Chris at Peak at all, by the way, if you don't, you should be. He's got a lot of great things going on, doing lives on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. He's got a great Whatnot show. If you aren't familiar with Chris at Peak, it's all one word, Chris, ATPEAK. Chris at Peak. He had a personal Facebook account, started a business account to start listing on that, and he had issues. So when I saw he had issues and they never got resolved, like months, I think we're at like a year and a half now later, and they still haven't been resolved. I did not follow his lead. I was waiting for that to get resolved. It didn't. So I kind of let him do the experiment and it didn't work. So I stayed on the personal. I mean, you can open up a business account. I just don't know how to. I can't really speak from experience. I only use my other Facebook account for posting reels, not for selling there. So not sure that really helps you at all, but yeah. Patrick on YouTube says, good morning. Do you ship free or calculated? I don't know why it's taking so long to post this on YouTube, but there it is. I'm new to following. Thank you. Well, Patrick, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Welcome on YouTube. I used to do free for probably the first 3 to 4 years of reselling, and I've switched over to all my listings. Buyer pays for shipping. Doesn't really matter to me. If I was doing a shirt for 25 plus 5 shipping, I would have listed it for 30 with free shipping. Now I'm doing it for 25 plus 5 shipping. So it's the same price. There's not really any difference as far as the buyer is concerned. And then if on sites like eBay where I can accept returns, and I do accept returns, if the buyer sends it back, I don't have to give them the original shipping back. So $25 shirt, $5 shipping. When they send that shirt back, I give them a $25 discount, $25 refund. Whereas if you're doing $30 free shipping, when you return it, I believe you have to give, and this could change. I guess you could give a partial return, but if you're doing free shipping, you have to give the whole 30 back. And so it's just a way to kind of save on, not getting hit twice on the shipping. And I do free returns. So that means I pay for the shipping label coming back to me. So if I have to refund the shipping going there and coming back, I'm getting hit twice. So that's why I don't do free shipping. And I haven't noticed a huge drop off in sales since I switched 2 or 3 years ago. Ginger Daisy, what's going on, Ginger? David R, have you tried promote a listing on Facebook? Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm not boosting them. I'm not paying to boost my listings, but I'm running a promotion. So probably a little different than what you're asking, David, and I appreciate the question. I'm running a 15% off sale on all my Facebook listings. Next week, I have this going through the end of August, so I'll have to wait until next month. But hopefully generating some sales. I've got one buyer that reached out. We'll see if they take it. By the way, if you're not following Ginger, she's got a Whatnot show coming up August 3rd. It's a Thursday. Ginger, remind me, you said this yesterday, but remind me of the time. Is it 6:30 Eastern, or is that incorrect? But she's in TikTok right now. Most of you are probably following her already, but if not, go over and follow her. Give her some love on her first Whatnot show. Bookmark the show. I did it last night. I'm ready for Ginger's first show. I saw she already had, I think it was close to 50 bookmarks already on that show. Still a week out. Okay, I'm going to start shipping this first order. We'll go to Poshmark because it's my only order on Poshmark. And we'll go ahead and get this one out. Nick Smith coming in with a hot tip this morning saying new brand alert, Bolo, Oahu Golf Apparel. It's interesting. I've never heard of that brand. For those watching on YouTube, it's spelled OAHU Golf Apparel. Nick, tell us some details on that. I'm guessing you found this recently and maybe you've already flipped it. Anyone watching heard of Oahu? I haven't heard of it. It's a new brand for me. It seems like there's so many brands out there nowadays. I'm discovering a lot of people who are talking about new brands that are just outside the ordinary, like your Patagonias, your North Faces, more of the mainstream brands. Wild Patterns golf polos sell for $40 plus. That's really good. It's a great item to find. A lot of times when someone exposes a brand, or exposes is kind of the wrong word, but someone mentions a brand, it's funny how you'll find that. And coincidentally, Nick Smith, who just put that bolo in the chat here, was sharing a brand with me 3-4 weeks ago about Key overalls, and within a week or two, I found 2 pairs. One paid $8 for both. One has already sold for $38 plus shipping. So still have the second. I've probably accepted 2 offers on Depop and still no buyer payment. So hard. Yeah, the move to Arizona, you probably had to switch. So Nick's moved from Washington State to Arizona and now is no longer finding rainy day stuff and flannels and like colder weather stuff, but now finding all the bright colored golf polos and the golf apparel. LA Flores. Yes, I do live ship. I do package on the live. I'm about to do that. I've got a couple of more obscure items that I'm going to be packing up this morning. Leslie in the live. Central Illinois reseller. Hello, Leslie. How are you doing this Friday? Okay, first item up. My only Poshmark sale. This was a really good item. I kind of was shocked when it sold. It's Banana Republic. It's new with tags. These retail for $98. And these are like women's. Let's pull this out a little bit. Women's cropped. They're the Avery crop dress pant. They've got a really cool black Adidas like stripe down the side. So pretty sweet. New with tags. Said they retail for $98.50. There are the tags. And these sold $44 on Poshmark. So you can still get really good prices on items like Banana Republic brand new. Leslie's working from home now today after a few days in the office. So $44. I paid $6 for these. Really good margin on this item. Poshmark, since I started using Auto Posher, I've started noticing more sales. And of course, I alluded this yesterday if you were in the live. I've been using Auto Posture for about 2 weeks now. The customer service is outstanding. Yesterday, I referred to an issue where if I relisted items on eBay, it was relisting at the discounted price. I reached out to Poshmark that same day. They reached back to me and said, hey, this is a new thing. We've recently switched from that. We're no longer relisting at the discounted sale price. So that was good. I was able to turn on eBay relisting this morning. And then there's something else. Oh, Mercari was having issues yesterday. You had to re-log in, authenticate your account, and of course, Auto Posture connected me immediately. They didn't have to do that. They were like, actually, technically, you're supposed to reach out to Mercari. This is their issue. But within a few hours, she was like, oh, well, I assume it was she. I don't know if it was, I don't know who the support person was, but I'm not sure if it's if it's the woman that I see on the videos all the time or it's someone else. No idea. But she or he basically connected my account immediately. They were like, I went ahead and did this for you. You're all good to go. So, and I went and checked and it was all there. So Auto Posture has been coming in strong. But yeah, I'm also using it to send 15% offers on all liked listings. So it's hard to say, is it because I'm doing the offerings at 15% off? Is it because I'm using Auto Posture and relisting stale listings? Or is it both? Who knows? I use Auto Posture for all the platforms that it's connected with that are on mine. So they're not connected to Facebook. I wish they were. And they're not connected to Grailed. So what I use it for is eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari. Those 4. And then I manually relist my Facebook listings because Auto Posture doesn't do it. But just having Auto Posture do those sites is saving me quite a bit of time that I was spending daily to relist 20, 30, 40 listings every day. Yeah, David says, I think she does the customer service as well. That's who I picture. When I was talking to her, I was like, I don't know if this is her or not. I don't know if she has people on staff or if it's just her, but that's who I pictured. So when I said she, that's why I was referring to her. But she was super fast and very friendly and went out of her way to help me. So if you're thinking about Auto Posture, I've got it linked up above. You get a $5 credit when you spend your first $10. You can get a plan as low as $25 if you're just doing like Poshmark. These black pants had a little bit of hair on them, so let's get them lint rolled. So the first impression on these is pretty stellar. We were talking yesterday, and Mac Southern Treasures was on here with us, and I was doing a live demo of Auto Posture, and she went yesterday and started using it, signed up, and is already going. Had some questions, but she's going, and already she's seeing all the relists that are going on in her store, relisting old items like instantly. As soon as you turn it on, the numbers just start going up. You see your dashboard, you see how many relistings, how many shares, whether you're doing it on just Poshmark or all the other platforms I mentioned. There's so many people using sites like Auto Posture. There are a few others as well, but a lot of people ask, if I'm selling on Poshmark, is it hard to sell? It's really hard to sell if you're not in the social game. So if you're not sharing your listings and others reciprocating follows and things like that, it's hard to get traction there. So many people using things like Auto Posture. You kind of almost have to nowadays. So I'll go over the details on that sale. Let's mark it as shipped real quick and close this out. So I mentioned the $44 sale on Poshmark on those Banana Republic brand new pants. Picked them up for $5.99. $8.80 was my fee. Pretty simple on Poshmark, 20% of your sale price. I love that they're doing that on just the purchase price and not doing like eBay does, 20% on the purchase price plus shipping plus tax. It's very simple to calculate. $8.80 in fees, $30.67 profit just on those pants alone. That was one sale I had. That's the first one I've shipped out this morning. Now I've got 5 eBay orders to ship out as we speak. If you're promoting an eBay listing, an Auto Posture relists that eBay listing, do you need to manually put the promotion percent? It's funny you asked that user 963. I was just looking at that this morning. So I, as of right now, and maybe someone else can answer this, I've had to go in and re-promote those items at my standard rate. I was looking to see if there's a way to automatically promote new listings at a certain rate where I don't have to do it. I didn't spend a lot of time doing it. There may be a way, and if some of you all are familiar with that, please let us know in the chat. But I couldn't find it. I went into my promotion dashboard and I was looking at default settings and I couldn't seem to find it. All right, next item up. If you watched my latest drop last night, you kind of got tipped off on this great sale. 10 times my money within 2 weeks of listing them. These sold. This was a good summer item. I needed to get these out. I needed to get them listed. Not that they wouldn't have sold in the winter, but I had a greater chance of selling these right now while we're in the middle of summer. Birdwell Beach Breeches, another obscure brand I had never heard of. You heard of this brand, Birdwell Beach Breeches? Never heard of it. I was at the thrift store. They had $5 on these. And of course, anytime I see new with tags, if I don't know the brand, I always look it up. And I was like, these don't feel, I mean, I don't know why, but I just was thinking they seem kind of cheap to me. I don't think they're going to be worth anything. You can't really tell on the live here, but this is just kind of like a sticker tag. It's not like a high quality tag. So I was thinking probably not going to be worth much. Looked them up, was pleasantly surprised. And I mentioned I paid $5. I got 10 times my money. So sold for $50 plus shipping within 14 days of listing them. Now those retail for $85 on their site. I don't know if they have that specific style right now, but most of their shorts are $85 on their site. So I had these priced at $69. I had 15% off sale or 10 or 15% off sale running. Those were down in the low 60s. Buyer made an offer for $50 and I took it. Trisha, what's going on? Happy Friday to you. I could have countered at 55, but I'm thinking, you know what? I paid $5. This is 10 times my money. Let's get a good start to the week or the weekend and sell these for $50. And I did. So they're out. Nice, cool camo pattern, just like some board shorts, nylon. Yeah, someone's getting a really awesome pair of shorts here. Anyone out there heard of Birdwell? If you haven't, now you have. A lot of bolos coming out this morning. And I actually don't even need to weigh those. I know those are going to be under 8 ounces, so we're not even going to weigh them. Leslie says, I went to YouTube to learn how to combine shipping and your video came up, letting the ads play. Leslie, thank you. That's actually my most viewed video right now on my YouTube channel. It's got like 32,000 views at some point. I think I recorded that a year and a half ago. I appreciate you letting the ads run. I'm not sure how that works. If the longer you watch the ad, it brings in more money, or if it's just the fact that you got to the ad, even if you skip it, I'm not sure. Heard about it from your video yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never found this brand before. If the ads ever finish, it will be one more view. I appreciate that. Okay. This is going to Federal Way, Washington. So probably the most expensive rates that I have shipping wise are going to the state of Washington. I think even more than Maine for me. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the map here, and Washington State is definitely probably the furthest point from me. So $431. Fortunately, these were lightweight, so typically it cost me like $415, $410. So I'm not paying too much for a pair of lightweight shorts. You can skip the ads, Leslie. I don't want you to feel like you have to watch the whole thing. So I have a good friend who had a bunch of these thermal label um, rolls. He gave me like 30 of these. He was like, "Hey," he used to sell online quite a bit. And he was like, "Hey, I've got a bunch left over. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Of course," because every time I order a pack of 1,000, it's like $20. So I take them home and I'm like, I'm getting them all in. Well, apparently they don't sync up with my thermal label printer that well. They're a different kind of label than the one I typically buy. Some of the rolls have been good. They work. They stop when they're supposed to stop. But the one that I'm on, it keeps just pushing, feeding through the printer. So I have to turn it off, rip it off, turn off the printer, rip off the label, turn it back on, and then it kind of recalibrates. It's kind of frustrating. I'm like, man, I'm down to 2 more rolls after this, and then I've got my regular labels after this. But if you hear me like turning off the printer on and off, and you hear it feeding through, that's why. But this printer is awesome. It doesn't typically do that, but these labels I don't think are really meant for this printer. Melissa, Melissa says, I'm Excel challenged. Do I need to repurchase your spreadsheet for the new year? Yes. 2023 is good for 2023. 2024 will be out November 1st. That's my goal. That's when I want to drop it. So be looking for that. If you're interested in a reseller spreadsheet, you don't have to have Excel. You can use it with Excel, but you don't have to have it. It's a Google Sheet, which is great. You don't need software in order to have to run a Google Sheet. You just need a login to Google Drive, and that's it. So basically, you just log into Google and you're good to go. D. Schmidt says, first time watching, kind of new to reselling. A lot of people are new to reselling. I think COVID brought in a wave of people that lost jobs, unfortunately, or got cut back. We're looking for ways to make extra money, started doing gig work and things like that. But there are a lot of people out there thrifting. So D. Schmidt, you are welcome in this community. It's a great community, very supportive. We're always helping one another for the most part, supporting what each venture that someone is doing, whether that's going live, whether that's reselling, tips, bolos, things like that. Welcome. Melissa says, for me, your spreadsheet is so easy to use and I love it. I appreciate that. If you are watching on YouTube, I've got it linked down below in the description. I've got my links to everything. My Amazon supplies, bubble wrap. I've got my spreadsheet down there. Over 950 people this year using my 2023 spreadsheet. If you're on TikTok, of course, it's up above. You can click on my name there and it will redirect you to where my spreadsheet is being sold. I've also got auto posture if you're looking for it. What else do I have in there? I've got a Vendu trial if you're looking for it. D. Schmidt watching from Montana. No bins here. I'm 5 hours from a Goodwill. Okay. Do you have any thrift stores in your area? That's a long way to drive to find a thrift store. You got to be committed for that. That's a weekend thing. Maybe even more than a weekend. 5 hours one way is a long way to drive. All right, next item up. Actually, I forgot to tell you the breakdown on the Birdwells. So $431 shipping. Paid $5, $56 all in on those. Like I said, 2 weeks after listing, brought in a profit of $39. $39 within $39 on top of the money that I paid within 2 weeks of listing. That's even before I pay off my credit card bill. So before I pay those shorts off, I've paid for those shorts and several other items in that haul. I love it when that happens. Okay. Next up, I was waiting on the buyer to pay yesterday. I alluded to a sale that I was waiting to go through. They finally paid. So I don't have to worry about them not paying and then it canceling out. Got this Marmot outdoor vest, women's large, two-toned or color block, however you want to say that, black and brown, quilted, puffer vest. These are all keywords that I would be using in this listing. Kings of eBay. What's going on, Brian? I had this for, I think, 35 on sale. Buyer made an offer for 25, and I took it and just saw that it's going to San Luis Obispo, California. We actually went there 2 years ago, a year and a half ago in November, celebrated my 40th birthday there. My wife and I, we had some friends living in the area, so we went there, went to the beach, went out to eat, did some wine tastings, had a lot of fun. San Luis Obispo is a great place. We'd never been there before, and it was very mountainous, very rugged. I wasn't expecting that. I knew there were mountains in California, but I wasn't expecting the mountains that I saw. I hear all the people getting all these good buys. I'm looking for someone who shops the bins and would wholesale to me. Any ideas? I don't know. I think if you just continue to come on, like place live streams like this, or find resellers, videos on TikTok, if you're on TikTok at all, and just reach out to people with messages. Hey, I'm looking to buy. Are you interested? I don't really do the bins much. I do have one here about an hour away, but because it's so far, I don't get to it that much. And the town that it's in, the thrift stores are really good, so I spend my time there. But yeah, I would just continue to look out in the social media world and see if you can find people who are sourcing from the bins, because that's become a huge thing, and a lot of people are doing it because you can get stuff so cheap and throw it up, make 10, 15, 20 bucks easy. Wow, a lot of people jumping in. Carol Ann, Arizona Pickin, Dolores, Kings of eBay. I mentioned you earlier, but hi, Kit Kat. Good morning, everyone. How's your Friday going? Carol Ann says, I'll shop the bins for you. Carol Ann's on TikTok. D. Schmidt, I know you're watching over on YouTube. Yeah, Melissa says, have them check Whatnot. Some seller does her show straight from the bin store. Are you thinking about the Deal Queen? Melissa, is that the Deal Queen here in Arkansas? I'm sure there are probably a ton of people. I know that's become a thing. Probably a ton of people doing that, live thrifting, because you can have someone purchase it before you even go to the counter with it. Okay, next item up. Actually, let's finish this. Getting ahead of myself here. 25 plus 6 shipping. It's under a pound. Going to California. Gonna be a little more expensive for me. I may have lost money on the shipping on this. Let's hope that it's not more than a pound, because I didn't charge for it. Coming in at 14 ounces. 14, 15, 16, it doesn't really matter. USPS charges the same rate between 13 to 16 ounces. So $6.60. I lost 60 cents on my shipping label. It's fine with me. I don't usually lose on shipping. Typically, when something is up in that 14, 15, 16 ounce range, I will price it at $7 shipping to make sure, for instances like this where it's going to the West Coast, that I don't lose money, but it's fine. This sold promoted. I ended up making $12.58 profit. That promoted fee really is a game changer, because that was $2. It would have given me closer to $15 profit had I sold it not promoted. So $12.58. See, this time it prints out and it stops, but most of the time that I've been on this live, it's been printing and keep going. All right, I'm saving the two harder items to ship for last. So I'll get to the last clothing item that I have. A couple-minute warning. Finley's coming in soon. Okay, took an offer this morning on this Patagonia men's medium. There it is. Great shirt. I picked up 3 or 4 of these at the same store for $4 each. Marianne says hello on YouTube. New. A lot of new people on YouTube. Thanks for stopping in. We got a handful of people watching. I've had several people on YouTube say they're new to me today, so I appreciate that. Thanks for jumping in and saying hello and introducing yourself. CG sources from Facebook free groups and finds good things at church thrift shops. How many sales did you have today? I've had more local sales than shipping ones this week. So far, I'm at 2 sales on the morning. I'm working on one on Facebook. They reached out, asked if I'd take 15. I said, sure. They haven't responded yet. So is it the Facebook ghost? The infamous Facebook ghost? I got to say, though, that Depop's even worse. They send an offer. 75% of the time, it's not even a good offer. And the 25% that it is enough to accept, 60% of that time, they don't pay. So I'm not really happy with Depop right now. I've sold the same pair of shoes twice in the last week, and neither buyer has paid. So I guess I can't really call them a buyer, huh? Call them a wannabe, a Depop wannabe. Good morning, Tina. Mindful Growth says no link to your eBay. Yeah, I'm not really against people following me. I've got like 600 followers on eBay. I think I just took it down because I didn't want to have like cluttered links. I didn't want there to be like 12 different folders for people to click on. I really wanted a simplified approach. So I took all my stores down. But I mean, if you want to find me, I'm Ozark Mountain Goods on eBay. So take out the vowels except for the O. OZKMTN Goods. So OZKMTN Goods. That's my eBay. That's where you can find me. Ethan Blair says, what up, Jay? Hey. What up? What up? Kit Kat on her way to Florida for vacation. I hope to find some good places to source. Yeah, best of luck with that. All right, Patagonia shirt, accepted an offer for 20 plus shipping. This is kind of a tricky one, guys, because when I take a picture of this far away, you can't really see the color. It's like a blue with like a reddish brown. And I'll hold it up close. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So there's only 1 or 2 pictures that really showed what the color really is. When I get these like these really small check patterns with different colors, sometimes it's hard, and I try to make sure I get several photos up close. I guess if they zoomed in on the tag, which I had a picture of the tag, they'd probably see the pattern. So sold on eBay. I'm really hoping this doesn't come back to me, but $20 is a good deal on a Patagonia, and because it was a medium. I was more willing to accept an offer quicker on that. I had it for 29 down to like 26. But based on the picture, like if you look at my picture, it almost looks gray, the top half of the picture. So the buyer had to zoom in on this to see, and I'm really hoping they did. Back in the house, Reisner in the house, gingham check. Yep, gingham check. Typically, if it's like white with a color, it's fine. But if it's 2 colors that can be somewhat close, it kind of gets blurred into one color, especially if you have like a red and blue or variations of gingham check or something like that. the shirt from far away can look purple. So a lot of times I'll try and make that first photo a zoomed in so they make sure to see what it is. $409, that didn't sell promoted, so that was good. Gave me a profit of $14.41. Southern Treasures, who just started using it, auto posture, I was talking about this earlier, says just got a sale, already got a sale on Poshmark. That's amazing. Congrats. Kyle says, I'm new. Got another new person watching on YouTube. Welcome, Kyle. The algorithm showed me your spreadsheet video last week. I love spreadsheets. Kyle, check it out. You may already have a spreadsheet, but thanks for joining. I'm glad you found it, found me. For $35 on Mercari of all places. That's a good sale. Good weekend start right there for Mac. The great state of Georgia, where I'm sure it's hot and muggy today. Marion says 17 days selling on eBay. Everyone congratulate Marion for the beginning of her eBay journey. Marion, have you made a sale yet? How's it going for you? That Patagonia shirt, by the way, may have sold even faster than the Birdwell. Let me look. 15 days, so about the same. 15 days, so that means I probably bought that shirt the same on the same day that I bought the Birdwell shorts and just listed it the next day. All right, 2 items left to package up. They are going to take me a little more time. Great sales, though. I've got 2 golf bags in my store, and we're approaching the later part of summer. We're almost in August now. And so I was thinking, I need to move these. I've got 2 golf bags. I need to move them. They take up a lot of space. So I got one. I had a person making an offer. I had this for $169 on sale for $150. Buyer made an offer for $50. My shipping is really high, by the way, $50 shipping. So I had this for $219 all in. That's really high, but comps on these are under $200. So I wasn't far off. But knowing that I don't want this bag sitting in taking up space in here, I was very aggressive on my counter offers. I went from 150 down to 120. He came up to 70, from 120 down to 105. He came up to 80, from 105 down to 95. And he kept countering at 80. And I was like, I'm staying at 95, $145 all in. That's a good deal. I even looked up comps at the time and I was like, wow, that's below market value. So I'm not coming down. He finally accepted. So $145 going to the great state of Montana. D. Schmidt is still in here. It's coming your way. So shipping will be a little more expensive, but I don't think it'll be $50. I don't think I'll lose money. But check this out. Finley is ready. Come here, sweet girl. Yeah. That was the perfect little screen right there. I wasn't planning that, but the bag completely screened. Little Finley's in the house. Say good morning. Say happy Friday. Little Finley in the house, getting all the love. Look at that. 6 months old. Will be 7 months in August. All right, there you go. Isn't she a cutie? I'm biased, but she's the cutest little girl. Okay, so Sun Mountain is a great brand. This is the, you can see it right here on the side, the C130S. Usually Sun Mountain has their model right here on the side. Was actually headed out one day just to run an errand. I saw a yard sale in the neighborhood, stopped. That was there for $10. Picked that up as well as like 2 or 3 other items. So from 10 to 145, including shipping. And I think you'll see shipping's not going to be $50. At least I'm hoping it's not. It's usually around 20 to 30. But I always make it more just in case I'm shipping to those far out places. And Montana would be one of those places. The look on my face when I hold it. Yeah, I'm so proud of that girl. She has my heart. You have my heart. Okay. Do I do Posh shows? I don't do Posh shows, but that will segue into a big announcement, guys. I haven't mentioned this yet. I alluded yesterday that I was going to start Whatnot. Well, guess what? I have a show August 15th. I haven't created it yet, but it's going to happen. August 15th is going to be my first Whatnot show at 8:30 Eastern. So don't go look for it yet because it's not out there, but that's my goal either today or Monday is to get that up. I'm excited. I'm already looking through my inventory. I've got a stack over here on the bench of stuff that I'm going to throw up on Whatnot. I'm not going to throw up on Whatnot. That would be gross, but I'm going to put up on Whatnot. Can't wait. So yeah, I think you guys put it on the calendar, August 15th at 8:30 Eastern. All right, real live shipping tips right here. Check this out. This is the box you want. I'm backing up so you can see how big it is. So I usually get about 3 of these at a time. If you have a U-Haul facility that sells like boxes and shipping supplies, you can stop by. I think this is $4.95 for a box this big. It's technically called a lamp box. If you go on their website, it's a 40. I think it's a 40 by 12 by 12. Yeah, 40-inch by 12 by 12. But I'm going to retitle this the golf bag box because it fits these golf bags perfectly. I used to have to like scramble to find boxes or finagle like 2 or 3 boxes together. David Line Creek Boutique taught me about this, and I just keep these stocked up. So I just got some in. 4 things just like this. So if you're looking for a golf bag box, go to U-Haul, look for the lamp box, 40 inches by 12 by 12. Jennifer on YouTube saying, oh my gosh, she's so cute. She is, isn't she? You are. Kickhead says she'll be there at Whatnot. August 7th, Whatnot with my friend. It's better on you. Flipping Nurse, jumping into Whatnot as well. How many other people are going into Whatnot, have a show scheduled? All right, so let's get this taped up. We'll show you what I do here. It's pretty simple. I very rarely have to alter the box at all. David at Line Creek Boutique coming in with the great tip. And I think he uses a different box, but him telling me to go to U-Haul, I got on their website and then I found this box, which I don't know the box he uses. I think it's more of like an outdoor recreation box is how they label it, or sporting goods box. But this one I found actually works really well. So we'll tape up the seams, make sure it's waterproof. Even though, let's be honest, it's not raining nowadays. It's just freaking hot. My sister's texting me. So end of July is always crazy. My sister's birthday is the 25th. My stepmom's birthday is the 28th. Our anniversary is the 28th. My aunt's birthday is the 30th. So she's like, whose birthday is whose today? Patrick says, are you calculating furthest away on shipping when you figure your shipping cost? I am, most certainly. And something like this, I go in and I exclude Hawaii and I exclude Alaska, and I'll exclude the U.S. protectorates like Puerto Rico. I don't know, the Virgin Islands, are they in there? I exclude those as well because shipping is expensive to those places for larger items. So make sure you're doing that. what you can do is, I mean, it's a really simple thing. When you're in the listing, almost at the very bottom, it'll say exclude locations. You click on it and just check all that you don't want included. Kit Kat says you'll be fighting off a lot of boys. She's beautiful. Yeah, they're gonna have to meet me first. Danae was the 25th. Happy birthday. Hope it was a great one. You share a birthday with my sister. All right, so what I do with golf bags, I don't know if this is overkill or not, but I'm just going to show you what I do. I will take a couple of trash bags, like your normal, like 13 gallon trash bags. Mama of Havoc, mine was the 24th. A lot of July birthdays in here. I think it's a lot easier if you do the bottom first. And by the way, guys, I didn't mention this, but this bag is used, and I got $145 with shipping. I've definitely sold Sun Mountains in the past for $150 plus 50 shipping. So don't think that the 95 plus 50 is the ceiling there. You can definitely get a lot more. And I'll say this, since I've started tracking categories that I sell in, golf is always one of the top brands. The top categories that I sell in. Ethan, thanks for the love and the big love. Appreciate that. If you're not following Ethan, go check out his TikTok. Go check it as his account and follow him. He's got a podcast, In the Loop, where he's breaking down the reseller scene. Sells a lot of cool shoes. Yeah, so I mentioned golf is always a really good category for me to sell in. So just to give you some numbers that I'm looking on the spreadsheet with, sold 10 units this year alone, got 14 listed. My average profit is $61.13 on golf. So that's golf clubs, golf bags, not really golf clothing in there. I put golf clothing in just like your men's shirt category, but I'm thinking like golf equipment. $61 average profit, average sales price of $100.30, and this includes shipping. Ethan says breaking down too much. Okay, so I've got the bag here. I've got it halfway up. So yeah, Sun Mountain, a great brand. I think if you go get this bag new, you're looking at like $230 to $250 with free shipping. So people are willing to pay up for this brand. And other brands as well, like Titleist, Callaway, TaylorMade. Golf bags sell really well. They're probably one of my favorite things to pick up. I hate how much space they take up, but I usually don't keep them very long. I should give you one more tip before I seal this up. One keyword you want to use when you're creating your listing is the number of dividers that you have here. So if you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then in the title, I would put 14-way divider. There's bags that have 4 or 5, and then they go up from there, 14, 15. I think probably the more dividers you have, the better it's going to sell. But it doesn't mean it's a bad bag if you've got a 4-way or a 5-way. You can just separate your clubs a little more so they're not getting like dinged up and banging each other. Okay. Is that loud? All right. So we got it all ready to go. Queen of the Peach State says, I'm so glad I caught this alive. I was curious how to ship items like this. Wow, it's random. Very coincidental that you popped in, and there you go. You got your question answered. A lot of people from Georgia in the live right now, or that region. Trisha Smith, not in Georgia, but close, Jacksonville. Where do I get my club bag boxes from? U-Haul. You can go on their site. I don't know if they'll, depending on where you are, they may ship them to you. My location is on the way to the store, so I just pick it up. $4.95, $5.95, something like that. I usually get like 3 at a time. Watch this, guys. If this doesn't fit, this is going to be so unfortunate, but I don't think I've ever had a bag not fit. Goes right in, very snug. Look at that. I mean, it is like up against the sides. I don't have to worry about padding the sides because it is perfectly around covered by this box. If I wanted to, I could cut this down about 6 or 7 inches. If I can get a better rate. I won't worry about it if I can't, but before I tape it down, I'll take a look at it. Okay, Trisha, I didn't realize you were that close to Georgia. 20 minutes away from the state line. So make a run for it. Make a run for it. Quick drive. You ever just want to go for a drive to Georgia? Just cross the line and go back? Holy moly. This shipping rate to priority mails is crazy. I'm really hoping that UPS is not that much. Okay. Whew. It's 9 pounds. I put in a 40 by 12 by 12. Priority mail pops up $116.96 going to Montana. I never use priority mail for golf bags, by the way. Hardly ever use it for larger items. If you're looking to throw money away, just go priority mail. UPS is $36.35. And FedEx is $31.29 going to Montana. So already I'm down to $31.29. So I make $19 off shipping. But if I can get this down from 40 to say 34 by 12 by 12, FedEx goes down to $28.59. So it's worth the time for me to save another $2 or $3 to go ahead and cut the box down to where instead of 40 inches, see if I can get it to 34. We'll try 36 and see if that changes it. Okay, it pops up a little bit, but not much. So let's cut it down and see where we're at. Ethan says, what's it show for ground advantage? Let's take a look. I didn't even see that. $84.11. $84.11 for ground advantage. No one's using it for that. Unfortunately, that's just way too expensive. Reisner says, all you Georgia people, Bolo for the mustard Skittles, only available in 3 states. Retail arbitrage opportunity. All right. I don't think we're going to get it down to 34, but we'll get it down to at least 36. Speaking of that, who wants mustard Skittles? That sounds disgusting to me. Well, I'd like to be a part of that marketing brainstorming session for Skittles. Anybody got any flavor suggestions? Well, we haven't tried mustard yet. Yeah, so maybe if we just work our way through the American condiments, we'll go mustard and then ketchup. Maybe get crazy with a mayo flavored later. Mustard Doritos I can get more behind. Mustard Skittles, though? I don't know. It doesn't even seem like it's close to the flavor profile. I sense there could be like a Jim Gaffigan skit on the mustard Skittles. I feel like he'd be perfect for that. Any Jim Gaffigan fans in the house? It probably seems like I'm way overkilling the tape on this, but the top has got some gaps, and I want to make sure those gaps are sealed in and that they don't pop open. All right, that's going to be it for today on that. Let's see. So we are in at 36 inches. Crazy Mila, what's in the box? What's in the box? Good movie, by the way. Kind of creepy, but it's a good movie. I think I quote that movie all the time. What's in the box? All right. FedEx 29.29. Bless you, Finley. Bless you. Okay, so paid $10, sold for $145 with shipping, $29.29 shipping. Sold even, promoted on eBay, $16.42 plus $8.70. So had a $25 in eBay fees. Made $80.59. By the way, that movie, if you're not familiar with the reference, is Seven. Brad Pitt at the very end of the movie. What's in the box? Listen, daughter, you're watching the movie. If you ask us one more time, what movie is that? We're going to make you sit down and watch it. Yesterday, I had 2 days ago, I had a buyer reach out on Facebook for some Birkenstocks. Got them for $59. She reached out and said, hey, would you take 45? And I'm like, yeah, 45. That's good on Facebook. I'd probably take 40 and up on Facebook. She's like, well, hey, I'm local, so can I come see them? I don't know if they're going to fit me. I was like, yeah, perfect. And she was like, well, can I come by at 3? I was like, yeah, that should work. So I went to pick her up from daycare a little after 2, went to the store, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to get home because she's coming over at 3. I barely walked in the door and got my groceries in, and she knocked on the door. And there's like a young girl at the door, like a 14-year-old. And I'm like, I thought this was going to be a woman. Well, I opened the door and her dad is standing right there. So it was just kind of this weird exchange, and he wasn't very friendly. So he wasn't like mean or anything, but he just wasn't like going out of his way to be friendly. It was kind of like, why are you messaging my daughter? And so I give him this, I give her the sandals. She tries them on. He's like, I'm sorry. I think those are too small. And you could just tell dad broke her heart because she was like, I really want them. He was like, I'm sorry, honey, but you're going to grow out of them so fast. So I didn't make the sale, but I also kind of felt weird too. But I'm not worried about those sandals. Those will sell fast. They're actually right there. I left them out because I've got so many watchers on all platforms. I'm like, those are going to sell. I'll just leave them out. Which I wasn't, it wasn't really an inconvenience for me. They came to my house. I just opened the door and handed them the sandals. But I was expecting like a mom or an older woman. And when I saw like the 14-year-old girl, I was like, oh, because I didn't click on her picture or anything. I didn't see who I was going to be meeting up with. I just thought she'll knock on the door and I'll answer it. And I don't mind Facebook meetups. I'm not going to drive 20 miles to meet up to sell a $10 item. But if the price is right and it's a higher end item, I definitely will meet up. I always wait for them to say what they're going to do. If people say they want to come over and get it, I'm like, fine with me. I don't want to drive out. But there are people that I meet up with. Jennifer says, saw Jim Gaffigan live. He was a trip. He's hilarious. I haven't watched anything of his or listened to him in the last few years, but when he was like making his way around with like the birthday cake and the bacon and the camping bits, that was classic Jim Gaffigan. But yeah, I was trying to like make small talk with the dad, like, man, it's hot out here, isn't it? He's like, sure is. And just like not talking, just not, yeah, it's like he was leery of the whole situation. I'm like, your daughter reached out to me. But, I was bummed I didn't make the sale because that would have been, I bought them for $3. I would have made $42 profit on that, but that's all right. They'll sell. Maybe even this weekend. They're in like 2 or 3 carts on Depop. I've got like 5 to 10 watchers on eBay. I've got several watchers on all the other sites. So they're really in right now. The Burks, the Arizonas. All right. I alluded to it. I said, you guys aren't going to believe this sale. $35 plus 10 shipping. I paid $2 for this. $2. And this come and go 100-ounce travel cup with lid and straw from a brand called, if you see something like this, like these big plastic, like big gulps, it's probably Whirly. There's the brand. See it there on the side, Whirly. A lot of these, they don't have to be the 100 ounces, but a lot of travel cups like this are Whirly. Here's another one I have that I picked up recently. Whirly. I don't know if you can see that, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Got this cool like Love's travel stop outdoor like pattern on it. So sold full price, $35.10 full price sale price on eBay, plus $10 shipping, $45 for this guy. 100 ounce that I paid $2 for. You probably pass by these all the time at yard sales and thrift stores. I will say, I don't pick up all these. The 100 ounces I definitely get, especially if this were like scratched off and in rough shape. I don't know if I'd get it, but this is pretty good condition. Doesn't have a lot of like flaws on it. And someone out there is traveling on a road trip. Melissa maybe going, is it Melissa or Kit Kat going to Florida? Needs a big gulp like this. It's not the first time I've sold these for good money. This is probably the third one. I had a Mountain Dew one that went for 25 or 30 on Facebook. I had another come and go just like this, sold for 25 or 30. So over the last couple of years, I've sold several of those. I honestly don't know, because I think I went and looked this up and I'm like, can't you just go on like Come and Go's site and buy those? So I can understand, like, if they're getting a discount on soda, that would be a reason. And if you're traveling great distance, you want to have a big cup so you don't have to stop as often. But I honestly don't know. I don't know why someone would pay $35. I just like selling them. Flippin' Nurse says, that's what my husband drinks out of. Okay, so item like that, I typically would take off Hawaii and Alaska, and I didn't. I forgot, and it sold to, guess what? Honolulu, Hawaii. So shipping is going to be more than if it was going 48 continental states, but I went ahead and checked it. I charged $10, so I'm not going to lose too much on this. And it sold full price, so I've got margin there. Hey, Finley. So let's take a look at this. Bill Miller one sells two, I think, because of free refills. Jen says, my husband uses one every day for iced tea. That's a lot of tea. How many times does he refill it? That's the question. That's a lot of liquid. I mean, I'm trying to think. I just, you guys have seen me like drinking out of it, just a typical glass. I fill this up probably 5, 6, 7 times a day. I don't know if that's going to get into the 100 ounce and fill it up. Okay, I put it on the scale and didn't even register what it was. So over a pound. We need to find a box. So priority mail is $12.78. Let's take a look at. We'll look at Ground Advantage. It's $9.88. So I could do that. That would get me under the $10 that I charge the buyer. Let's take a look at UPS. UPS, $30.25. They don't like going to Hawaii, so don't ship UPS to Hawaii. They're like, we're going to make you really pay for it if you're going to send us to Hawaii. FedEx won't go there. I don't even have an option. I was hoping I'd have an option because I'm already going to FedEx for the golf bag. So Ground Advantage it is. Problem is I got to find a box for Ground Advantage where I have a perfect priority mail one if I can use that. You know what? Sometimes it's just not worth it. I'm going to ship it priority mail and just use their 12 by 12 by 8 box because I think that'll be perfect for it. Probably should have said this earlier, but like I said, I know we have a lot of people that are new on YouTube and probably some here in watching on TikTok as well. If you're looking for a reseller spreadsheet, I've got one linked description of the YouTube video up in the top of the TikTok live stream right now. So join over 900 resellers using it. Over 150 5-star reviews on this spreadsheet on Etsy. course, the link won't take you to Etsy anymore. That's where it used to go. It'll take you to another link pen site where you can purchase right there from the link. You don't have to go to Etsy. But I've got videos attached. I've got pictures. I've got a pretty large description of what it does. I even have a YouTube link where you can see the spreadsheet in action before you buy it. All right. It's going to be perfect. Just need a little padding. Almost a gallon of tea. That's a lot of tea. That is a lot of tea. I'm guessing he's making frequent stops to the bathroom. Whoa, sorry about that. Not sure if that made a loud sound on the stream here. All right, there we go. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. Anyone know that movie? It's kind of a more obscure reference. I believe it's Ace Ventura. Is that Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey? Anyone know? Like a glove. Yeah, I think the more accurate reference is like a glove, not nice and snug. I butchered it, but I came back and rebounded with that. I was thinking either that or the mask. I couldn't remember. All right, let's double check, make sure it's still under 2 pounds. It's definitely going to change things. No. All right, and of course it goes over. I didn't think it was going to be that much. What's the damage? 1790. 1790 to ship that now. And 1143 for ground advantage. Man, that's a bummer. I didn't think, I mean, I knew the box was going to be 6 to 8 ounces, but I didn't think the cushion stuff, padding, was going to be that much. What do you guys think? Should I just put the priority mail box in this box? I was actually just kidding. I'm not going to do that. When I got these boxes on USPS's site, they said, "Are you going to be using these to ship with USPS?" And I said yes. So I'm not going to do that. I actually found this box. This one's too big. This one is about the same size. I'll throw it in there. The thought is I could just go with it, pay $17.90 and move on. Or I can ship it Ground Advantage $11.43. I save $6.50, and I could buy several boxes with those. So that's kind of the thought. Faithful Eve, I do use Auto Posture. I would say it's helped. I'm also running sales. So if you're interested, you can click the link in my bio and get $5 off credit when you purchase your first month subscription. Hey, are you seeing what Dad's doing? Are you seeing? Do you want that? Same thing happened yesterday. I was off on the weight. Got it all ready to go too and everything. I'm gonna have to stand up. Finley is mellow. She's been like that since the day we brought her home. I can still remember because Angela had a C-section, so I was the first one to hold her. I can still remember her looking up at me. I can remember her looking around the room, kind of like, and I say looking around the room. She couldn't really see that far, obviously, as a newborn, but I can still remember her look of like looking right into my eyes, or at least what I thought were my eyes. She was probably just looking up. Faithful Eve, let me get to your question in just a second. Had it been a $2 difference, I probably just would have eaten it and just moved on. But $6.50 is pretty significant margin on a $35 item. Okay. So we got different dimensions now. I don't think that will really change it. All right, 11.43. Okay, so $45.10 all in with shipping on that. Paid $2 for it. This did sell promoted. I still made $23.29 profit. $23.29, and that one sold in 29 days. So I've had some really good average days to sell recently in the last few days. So Faithful Eve asked a good question that I do want to spend some time on, or at least answer. Do you recommend list everything, then using app or using them right from the beginning? I'm trying to see if I understand exactly what you're asking. Do I recommend list everything, then using app or using them right from the beginning? Oh, okay. So you're meaning like get everything up, and then after you've gotten everything up, start using auto posture. Is that what you mean? A question is like, how many listings do you have? Are you currently on Poshmark right now? Are you on other platforms? It's kind of hard to answer that blanket statement without knowing your situation. Are you on multiple sites? If so, which sites? How many listings do you have? How long have you been doing this? And then that'll give me an idea on how I can answer that question a little more strategically. Still haven't heard from the Facebook buyer on whether they're going to take my $15 deal on the shirt. I'm going to hold out hope there. We'll go ahead and close that. So the Whirly and the Patagonia shirt, those were the two items that sold this morning. So already close to $75, $80 in sales, which is pretty decent for the way that July has been going. Um, it's definitely picked up over this week. I was a little concerned. A couple weeks ago, I had a few days where they were sub 100s. But yes, I think now that people are getting kids ready for school and they're able to kind of complete that on the list, there are some people starting to buy now. And I've had some good higher price sales too, so that always helps. Faithfully, I'll try and answer your question. I'm not sure your situation, but I would say um, if you're on eBay and thinking about getting on Poshmark, or even if you're on Poshmark only, I think the auto posture has some value. Okay, he just messaged. Okay, so you're on several platforms. You've got um, okay, so you have some experience. I would say if you don't have anything going on Poshmark, um, it can't hurt you. And whether you turn that on for just Poshmark or whether you turn that on for other sites like Mercari and eBay, 25, $35 a month, you sell one or two items and you've paid for that auto posture subscription. I have seen a lot of people um, talking about the advantages of auto posture. If you're not doing anything, I would say you're probably not getting a lot of sales on Poshmark unless your stuff is like dirt cheap, just because the share feature is a huge component that you kind of really have to do to some degree. If you're going to do that manually, it's possible, but to like share other people's stuff, follow people, share your stuff, I don't want to do all that, especially for 1,500 listings. I don't want to have to think about it. So I turn it on and I just let it go. Um, but I think they have a trial, a free week trial. You're not going to get all the features of the paid version, but you can at least see it, maybe see the dashboard. I didn't use the trial, I just jumped in. So if you want to check it out, click on that link above on my profile. I've got auto posture linked in there. Like I said, you'll get $5 when you sign up and pay your first $10 charge. So you'll get a little bit back. But you really have to think about things like, I hate spending money. I just do. But with business, you have to spend to make money. And the way that I have helped make decisions for my business is, especially with like Vendu, the cross posting software. If I sell one or two items, break down, if I sell this amount, it will pay for itself. And if that seems like a reasonable thing, for me, I was like, if I sell two items, I've paid for my Vendu subscription. And I sold three the night that I signed up and started cross posting. So I'd already paid for it that same day. It was pretty remarkable. Obviously, I've been on Vendu since about 2.5 years. Auto posture, I'm still in the trial phases. I've only been using it for about 3 weeks now. But I will say, if I'm comparing, I had 33 Poshmark sales last month They were 13% of my sales. I've already got 35 this month, and I have a higher ASP. So I went from 27 to 30. And I don't necessarily think that AP auto posture affected that. But I do have 2 more unit sales so far, and we still have what, 3 to 4 days left in July. But yeah, I would say if you're not doing anything, you kind of have to. And auto posture is a solution for that. There are others out there, but if you're wanting to have success on Poshmark, you kind of have to have some kind of bot. Yeah, hope that helped. I would anticipate, by the time July ends, I'll be sitting around 40 units. Now, I didn't start at the beginning of July. I started about halfway through. So it'd be interesting to know, like, if I had started auto posture, July 1, what would my numbers look like? July is typically a horrible month. It's usually my worst, one of my worst. And it beat June. So, yeah. But tracking like how much is due to auto posture and how much is just due to maybe some weird coincidental buyers, I don't know. Fetty Wap says, heard you can lock the column title in your spreadsheet. Can't figure it out. Let me show you. Yeah, it's really simple. And it should, I guess, depending on when you got it, it should come now where it's locked. So anyone who buys the spreadsheet, it should be locked. But I think there was a time where I didn't have it locked and I went in and changed it. So if you bought it before that, it would not be locked. Let me show you. I'll have to kind of rearrange some things here. One sec. There's the close-up you want. All right. I'll do the active tab and just know this applies for all tabs. And actually, I'll go ahead and share my screen on YouTube so you can bring you guys in as well. You guys see that all right? Let's see. Let's go that way. Hang on. Let me share my screen over here on YouTube. YouTube. All right. You guys on YouTube are now brought in. So this is my spreadsheet. This is what I was referring to earlier. This is one of the tabs. Fetty, just know that whatever tab you're on, this will work. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go all the way to the top. This is my active inventory tab. So it's where I've got all inventory that I have listed here in this spreadsheet. Okay. So you see this gray bar right here? And when I toggle over it, I see a hand. So that is the, let me just make sure I'm understanding you right. Yeah. So I'm guessing, Fetty, when you scroll down, this column goes away. Can you confirm that? So it'll look like this. Hang on. Meaning when you scroll, it goes away like that, right? Okay. And obviously that's annoying. You want to see the columns. So this is what yours looks like. And you'll see up here a gray bar. And you can kind of, if you toggle over it, it changes to a dark gray. That's the header that you can freeze. And you can just click on it. And you see I've grabbed it, pull it down to just below listed date. Now when I scroll, that freezes the header and it won't go anywhere. So you can, freeze the columns there for you. And you can obviously, you could drag that. Well, I won't go into that. That's kind of confusing, but you can do that on any tab. So if you're seeing this little gray, this is what you're looking for. If it's not on any of these tabs, so I've got them on sales. So obviously when I scroll on sales, the column doesn't move. Day tab, it's there. Yeah, so any of them, you just drag it down to where you want to freeze the column. Specifically, it's really important when you get to like store, the store tab. because when you go to sort, if it's not frozen, if this header isn't frozen, when you go to sort, it's going to sort the stored column as well. So make sure that this is frozen here and on the category tab, like so. So yeah, that's how you do it. While we're here, anyone have any questions about the spreadsheet? This doesn't have to be a tutorial, but I've got, before I switch the view around. Finley. Okay, well, if no questions, I'll go ahead and flip this around. Faithfully, if I did. I created that. You can click on my link as well. So I directed you to the link for Auto Posture, but excuse me, eating my cracker for snack. If you're looking for it, it's linked up above. It should be the first link. So when you click on this and go to my profile and you click on the link, that spreadsheet will be the first thing at the very top. Premium reseller spreadsheet. Over 950 sales on that. So check it out. I've got a tutorial video in there. I've got a little 7-minute trailer. If you want to see it in action, it'll give you more of what I showed you, but you can see all the features before you decide if you want to purchase or not. Okay. All proceeds go to supporting this baby right here. So just think of that. All the profits are going to feed this baby. Yeah, KOA does talk about it quite a bit. I've got a lot of people out there who are very generous with the spreadsheet. KOA is one of them. Chris, Mike, Trisha. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So many people talk about it. I appreciate that. Very generous about the spreadsheet. There's no other questions. I think I'm going to end the live here. But I do appreciate you guys coming in and hanging with me. I'm going to obviously be going to FedEx today. Put these other packages on the porch. I know, Missy. I'm soaking it in right now while I have it. Carol Ann is a tax pro, and yeah, I've got her support as well. She actually said if this sheet were used by the people that she's doing taxes for, it'd make her job a lot easier. So think about that. That's my whole goal, is when you get to the end of the year and you've got to give numbers to your tax accountant. Taxes are no fun. No one likes them except for maybe tax accountants, but I guess I like them, but I like numbers. But yes, it calculates stuff so you can quickly pull things. It's not going to be perfect, but it will definitely help ease the blow of having to gather all these numbers for your taxes. Okay. You heard it here first. Man, my hair is looking really bad this morning. Maybe I should go shower after this. All right, guys, I'm having fun on Friday, but I appreciate you coming to hang out with me and Finley. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye here. So we'll shut off YouTube first. See you guys. Thanks for watching, especially